Coming up, the Vikings and Chargers square off for just the 14th time since 1970. LA looks to even the series at 7 wins apiece. It's Week 10, and it's next.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Chargers set to go on offense for the first time, and they are led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020. Now in his second season out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Watch the twist.
A handoff. It's Eckler. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a 1st down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
On 4th down, Herbert eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Well, the Minnesota offense ready to go to work here. Their quarterback in his 10th season overall now, and 4th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Vikings.
Here we go. Here we go.
We're scoreless after one.
No score.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got it to Williams. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
It's 4th down.
Oh, he fakes a spike. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there. And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a run with Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
tackle made at the 38-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
They're not ready for this, man.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, and even 40 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Third and long for Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over first and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And that won't buy him much room, just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second and 9. From down near his goal line here, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big gain that time for the Chargers. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Play action. It's Herbert. Got his man. It's Williams. That catch good for only a couple.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now.
A 48-yard attempt.
And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were losers a week ago to Baltimore, but they lead things here as they start first and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On play action, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Throwing is Cousins. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, and that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. On 1st down, it's Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this one is incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the 1st quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And this is caught. Touchdown, L.A. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
But listen, when you got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area and he just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's going to let it go again. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Going deep here for Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. Rosas' kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. And that'll set them back 5.
We play to win. Let's go.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still protected.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So that'll back him up 5.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Still protected.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still protected.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay game.
They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay game.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Here we go.
Still protected.
Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the